আসসালামু আলাইকুম ভাইয়া, কেমন আছেন?
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো। তুমি কেমন আছো?
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো ভাইয়া। তো ফার্স্ট অফ অল আপনাকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ আপনার মূল্যবান সময় দেওয়ার জন্য। আপনি যদিও অনেক বিজি মানুষ। তো ফার্স্ট অফ অল আমি আগে থেকে যদিও পরিচিত পারি, আপনি যদি ছোট করে নিজেকে একটু introduce করতেন।
শিওর শিওর। আমি হচ্ছে সাকাওয়াত হোসেন নাম আমার। আমি হচ্ছে সেফালাতে আছি সিনিয়র সফটওয়্যার ইঞ্জিনিয়ার হিসাবে। সেফাল একটা নরওয়ে বেসড আর কি আইটি কোম্পানি। আমাদের সবগুলো কাজের নরওয়ে থেকে অ্যাসোসিয়েট হয়। আমি প্রায় এই ফিল্ডে জব রিলেটেড এক্সপিরিয়েন্স আছে প্রায় 7 বছর ধরে। আমার গ্র্যাজুয়েশন কমপ্লিট হয়েছে 2019 সালে ড্যাফোডিল ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ইউনিভার্সিটি থেকে সফটওয়্যার ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং ডিপার্টমেন্টে। মাস্টার্স কমপ্লিট করছি জাহাঙ্গীরনগর থেকে ডাটা সায়েন্সের উপরে। আর আমার টেক স্ট্যাক হচ্ছে বোথ ওয়েব অ্যান্ড মোবাইল প্ল্যাটফর্মস। মোবাইল প্ল্যাটফর্ম মানে হচ্ছে অ্যান্ড্রয়েড আইএস দুটোই কভার করি আমি। সো এটা হচ্ছে আমার টেক এক্সপিরিয়েন্স। আর তুমি শুরু করতে পারছো আর কি।
তো আমি বেশি টাইম নেব না, আমি করে দিচ্ছি।
শিওর।
So this session mainly goes to explore ethical dilemmas in tech or software industry and how professionals handle them using ethical frameworks like Deontology versus ethics. So I have already prepared several questions for you. So, can I start?
Sure. So I think you have several questions. I think the question number is 5. So the first question was that can you describe a recent ethical dilemma that our company have faced, particularly related to AI, right? So
Yes.
as an IT company or as a company, we have that hiring process, right? In our hiring process, we have a AI tool that helps us to sort the people who applied in our company. So recently we have faced a issue regarding the sorting process. Like most of the sorted person was male, the female were ignored because of the training data. Training data included most of the applied person as a male person, so that is why we have faced this issue that only the male are selected. So we have faced that issue, but we are trying to solve that issue. So as I said that we are trying to solve that issue. The second question was your like how does your company addresses issue of workspace ethics, right? Like discrimination, harassment, or inclusivity. So I will say that as a large company or as a Norway-based, Europe-based company, we have the rules in our company where harassment, discrimination are examined perfectly. I think because the regulatory rules are employed by European Union, so we don't face that kind of issue like that most of the Bangladeshi company used to face as the discrimination. Uh, if I want to answer that in respect to AI also has that same feeling for both the discrimination and non-discrimination part. So whenever any harassment or discrimination report has been reported, our organization as an entity handled that discrimination effectively. Yeah, that is the discrimination or harassment part.
Okay. So a few days earlier, I have got an question in my exam. So in that question, I was asked to suppose you are a software engineer or a malware engineer, and your boss asked to create a suspicious malware and inject that to the user. So that will obviously cause harm to the users. So in this particular situation, what you will do? Will you create that malware, or you will just stand on your virtue? You will not do such things to harm the users. So what will you do in that situation?
So I think any kind of misleading or any kind of attacking information or any use for any user is harmful. So whenever we use any AI tool or whenever we use any kind of technological tool, we have to keep in mind that the data or the person's private data shouldn't be harmed. So yes, in some cases we might need to examine some cases like injecting a malware to detect some data, but that shouldn't be unethical. That should be ethical ways. So that is the answer.
Yeah. Okay. So moving to the next question. My next question is, what steps your company take to ensure transparency and fairness in automated decision making?
In that case, the main or the simple answer is auditing. As an entity, we have the auditing experiences, and as AI rising, so we also have that AI auditing tools that helps us to audit the employee informations, the employee personal data. So auditing helps us in significant way in both the data related part and the economy related part. So we have that place in our company. So we have that.
Okay. As you know, this is the era of AI and automation. So how can we deal with AI? Can we will we ignore it, or we should use it in more efficient or proper way?
I
What will
think
you
I
think?
think we have that misconception that AI will replace us, AI will kill us or something else. But AI is a tool that we can use in our daily basis
Exactly.
life, like as a handy tool, not just like our competitor. AI will help us in long run. Yes, AI have that possibilities like replacing some static jobs means data entry jobs or other jobs, because those are not any kind of exceptional thing or logical thing, a straightforward job. If you are well enough, I think AI is a part of your life.
Okay. So moving to the next question. So uh, when an ethical dilemma arises, what decision making process or ethical framework does your team or leadership rely on? Ethical framework like
Yeah, yeah. I think
deontology, ethics.
there are several frameworks in that part that are like deontology, virtue ethics, and another one is like utilitarianism. That isn't much familiar with me, I think, but virtue ethics is a thing that I know in our company placed. So we value fairness and integrity in our company, and we ensure that stakeholders, including job applications and the employees, inform that there is any issue, there is any affected that are going on. So we have that in our place. So all the information, all the stakeholders, all the people are in the same place.
So my next question will be: has social media or public feedback ever influenced your company's approach to handle and ethical issues? If so, then how?
Yeah, I think transparency should be a key factor in our current all. By transparency, I try to mean that the data, the person, and AI, these three things should be transparently balanced. Because if we don't perfectly balance the data between these three, the misuse of data might be a bad place. So this experience reinforced our belief that ethical AI practice should be a collaborative effort. By collaborative effort, we mean that the public, the private sector, or the respective experienced people should be aware of this data.
So uh, you have achieved a lot of achievement in such a early age. So
Okay.
5 or 6 years later, you know, I'm also completing my graduation. Uh, Maybe 1 or 1.5 years later. So 5 or 6 years later, how can I, in your question, what are the advice you will give me to reach in this position?
I think there isn't any fixed strategy, but if we want to say that there should be any strategy, the first strategy should be we have to more problems, we have the capability to solve more problems rather like building any application, building any UI, building any app or web system. But any problem that came up in the future, we have to have that capability to rethink that in different possible ways to solve that. That is the first thing. The second thing is that as data and AI will be rising in near future, we have to have that ethical mind in our uh, body, because that if we misuse the data, there is a possibility that the revolution will be paused or revolution will be breakdown. And the most important thing is that we have to be passionate about programming, about coding, and about our life and goals.
That was an impressive answer from you. I think I will always stick on your advice. hopefully we'll meet together in some point of the way. So
Sure.
that's it from me, and that's it for the session. Thank you, Haya, once again for your valuable time.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
So that's it.